been in here just waiting to stab me. This is nerve-wracking. I said I was gonna do this right. This video is kindly sponsored by Squarespace. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's time to take the next step in the sparkly pink raincoat project. Yes. Basically what I want to do today is focus on the waterproofing of the coat. So, as a quick recap, the last time we basically sewed the raincoat. So I am using a waterproof fabric, or like a water resistant, I guess water repellent fabric for this. It was sold as raincoat fabric, just straight up raincoat fabric was the title of it. And when you spray water on it, the droplets just roll off. It's beautiful. It is not that fabric that's coated with like this smooth layer, if you know what I mean. Like a shiny layer on top. This is not that. It's very much a woven fabric. And I'm not entirely sure how it works. It's probably a little bit less water resistant than those shiny like coated fabrics are. The water does roll off of it when you spray it with some, and I'll just have to try it out at some point to fully know how waterproof this is. Something that I do know is that I definitely made it less waterproof by sewing it. Basically what you do with sewing is just poking lots of little holes into the fabric, obviously, to get the thread through. That means that I have a lot of weak points on this coat. And this coat especially, the pattern itself, it's a beautiful, beautiful, very tailored coat that has just princess seams all over, which is beautiful, but it does result in a pretty weak waterproofing, I guess. There are so many seams on this coat. Like just if you look at it from the back, so many seams. All of those are weak points for water to seep through once it actually starts raining. So luckily there is a solution for that, and it is sealing tape, waterproof sealing tape. I ordered this on Amazon because it was by far the cheapest I could find. Let's hope I didn't sabotage myself there by doing that. Yeah, all the ones I could find from like Dutch web shops were so expensive for very small amounts, and this was just a much bigger roll for less money. So I figured we'd just try it out, and if it does nothing at all, I can always go back and order more of the expensive stuff. But basically, this is supposed to have adhesive on one side, and then it's just iron-on, and that should stick, fuse to my fabric, and make it waterproof. This is like proper hard plastic, so once this is fused, no water will get through it. I just hope, and I kind of doubt looking at this. I think this is 20 meters. I don't think it's going to be enough. I didn't realize just how many seams there would be in this coat, so I'm a little bit worried it won't be enough. So I will just start with the most important points, which are obviously here around the neck where the hood attaches to the neckline. That's the weakest point on all the raincoats I've ever had. Then of course the shoulders, all of these seams that are like up top, I guess, of the body. Those are the most susceptible to rain seeping through. And yeah, these and just on the shoulders, on the back. So I think what I should do first is actually go into the inside of this, the wrong side of the fabric where my seams are, and start trimming down my seams. This is something I need to do anyway, because obviously a lot of this is on the curve, and when you have a curved seam it's always better to clip the seam allowance a little bit so that it moves a little bit better. So what I'm gonna do is trim the seams, clip any curves that I have, and fold it open. And the goal here is to make sure that the folded open seam is narrower than this width, so that it can completely cover the seam and just seal it into the fabric. And that is how I will hopefully waterproof. Wow, there is a pin in here just waiting to stab me. Good thing I noticed that. We'll just head on over to the cutting table, start trimming these seams. Before we move on, I wanted to take a little moment to tell you a little bit about today's sponsor, because this video is very kindly sponsored by Squarespace. Squarespace is an online platform that allows you to build an online presence through building your own website, web blog, web shop, web portfolio, whatever type of web presence it is you're looking for. You can do it through Squarespace really easily without any prior knowledge of website building. They really make the process super simple. You can just go onto the website, choose a template that you like out of all of the ready-made templates they already have, and then their Fluid engine allows you to simply drag and drop elements from the website to a different place, customize everything. You can customize all of the colors, the fonts that you use, anything about the visuals of your website, the images that you use, of course. And there are so many options to make your website absolutely gorgeous and look just the way that you want it to. It's really fun to just look through and browse and see what other things you could add to your website, and then go ahead, customize and make everything look the way you want it to. So if you would like to play around with all the tools they offer for a little bit, you can go over to squarespace.com, start your free trial, and once you're ready to launch your website, you can go to squarespace.com/Loepsie and get 10% off of your first purchase of a website or a domain, which they also offer domains. I will have links to that in the description box below, so definitely be sure to check that out. Huge thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this video, and now let's get back to sewing. The instructions I found said that I need to press my seams open, but I already kind of, when I was sewing, I pressed all of my seams to one side because part of my brain was thinking that I was gonna do like this double, what you call, there is a name for this, like the double seam that you have in jeans as well, where you kind of, on the inside, you fold one of the sides of the seam allowance around the other one, and then you sew over the other edge, if that makes any sense. Anyways, I thought I was gonna do that, and then I ended up just cutting everything really small. So I'm thinking, will it matter if I just stick it on to a seam that is folded to one side? Because it's already sewn into the entire garment that way. And if I try to open my seams now, I'll just end up with bulky points. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and try it. Yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. There's nothing else I can do. I think I need something like a piece of scrap fabric to put over. I'm sure this will do. There's my tape, here's my seam. I'm just gonna start with the center seam because why not? And here is the fabric I'm gonna use to iron this with. I am really nervous. I just hope I don't want to mess this up. Okay, let's go. I think the goal is just to melt the glue. Okay, let's check what happened. Oh, that looks good actually. Okay, that looks good. Okay, it pretty much completely disappeared. Here it is. There is a little bit of a gap right next to where my seam allowance ends, but then it is sealed after that, so I think we're good. Let me just go over a little bit more, just to be sure, and then we can continue with the next little bits. I'm also debating, since I'm a little worried that I won't have enough, do I go all the way down the skirt or do I stop near the waist? Because I feel like everything below the waist is just a bit less important, like it won't soak through as quickly as the top of the coat will. So do I prioritize the top, or do I just try to get it done by seam, like seam by seam? This is nerve-wracking. Maybe I should at least do the hips, because that's where it like kind of stands out from the body and catches more water again. If I do end up having enough of this tape, I can always go back and add more to the bottoms of the skirts. Or do I just commit to ordering more anyway if I do run out before it's done? Maybe I should do that. I said I was gonna do this right, so maybe I should just go seam by seam, and once I run out I need to order more. I know that that's what I should do. It's gonna be a challenge getting this onto those curved seams. Do you know that? Even just this center back is kind of giving me trouble. Ooh, this is gonna be an adventure, but it needs to be done. update. So all of the seams on the actual like body, I guess, of the coat are sealed. It took a long time, but it's done. And it looks good. Those curved seams were something, let me tell you, but honestly, using the tailor's ham helped a lot, and I was able to do it pretty neatly for the most part. There are a couple bits where I have like a little bit of a fold or something, but I think it's gonna be fine. The edges are sealed all around, which is the most important part, because that's what stops the water from seeping through. I'm very happy with it. I was able to do all of the seams all the way down, and I still have a little bit left, which is great because I haven't done the hood, which I did say was going to be the most important. But I left it for last because I wanted to practice first with, you know, sealing those seams, because I just kind of have no idea how to do this. Like, I had curved seams, but this is on another level. So yeah, I think again on the tailor's ham, I'm just gonna have to go ahead and seal it on the tailor's ham, and then this center seam as well on the hood. And then I think shoulder seams would be the next priority. I'm trying to decide whether I do or don't do the seams on the sleeves, because those are fairly like on the bottom of the coat. Again, if they do seep through, it's really annoying. Maybe I'll just try and do them if I still have some tape left. Let's just see how far I get. But so far, it's going great. And it's really exciting. Well, that was certainly challenging, but I think all of the most important parts are covered right now. The hood is covered, as is the neckline and the shoulders. I decided to cover just the top of the sleeves. The sleeves were very hard to do. So it's just the upper part, like between the seams, that is now covered as well. I left the bottom open, and I also decided not to do the sleeve seams themselves. I think it'll be fine if I don't do those. If any of you have any experience with this and are like, you are making a huge mistake, do let me know. There might still be time to fix it. For now, I think this is where I'm going to end for this week. You can definitely tell there's something going on from the outside. Let me come up a bit closer. Like the seams look a bit thicker, but I do think it still looks good, and it's definitely a necessary step. So next up is working on the lining, which I'm gonna make out of this white, shiny, nice and smooth material. It's gonna be contrasting on the inside. It's gonna look really nice. So for that, I'm gonna have to cut out all of the pattern pieces again, sew the entire coat again, and then connect the two. And then we're very, very close to finishing, which is really exciting. So yeah, this is where I'm gonna end for this week. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to see the rest of this coat coming to life and all the other stuff that I'm up to, of course. Don't forget to check out Squarespace through the link in the description box below. Thank you so much to them for sponsoring this video once again. There is another video here that I think you might also enjoy. You can go watch next. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye!